on the last episode of Top Clack.
Hi everyone, welcome to Top Clack. My microphone was off, so everyone missed that. But it's okay.
What?
I kind of butchered it, yeah, but it's okay.
That's okay. That's okay. It's probably fine.
It's probably fine.
Hello everyone. Hola, konnichiwa. Konbanwa. How is everyone doing tonight? Welcome to this week's episode of Top Clack, your weekly dose of mechanical keyboard mumbo jumbo and probably bullshit, but that's okay because we have fun anyways. Huey and I have a great episode for you today, as always. As you can probably see, we don't have a guest today, but that's totally fine. We still have lots of stuff to go over, as well as some news and some other fun stuff. May or may not be some giveaways. Who knows? I don't know. If you also noticed, I am wearing a Top Clack t-shirt. So I recently just got a bunch of these in. They look great. They feel great. And they come in all sizes, and we'll talk a little bit more about that later. There was kind of a little shipping issue, but we'll get through that. But yeah, hopefully if you ordered one, it won't be too long before you get one. But again, we will get to that later. So anyways, Huey, how are you today?
I'm doing pretty good. I can see. A lot of people might have noticed I don't have glasses anymore. I thought at some point in my life it was wise to suddenly change my view about lasers and my eyes completely. I kind of grew up with this worldview where, like, you don't want to put lasers in your eyes. And at some point, like, that view switched, and I'm like, I should shoot my eyes with lasers. And it turns out I can see better, contrary to, like, the normal wives' tales of, don't point lasers at your brothers, otherwise you'll blind them. Well, suck it, Mom, I'm not blind.
Yeah, so you heard it here first, folks. Shine lasers into your eyes, and it gets better, just like Huey suggests. Maybe even look at the sun. Is that like the cool new thing? That might make you look, you probably see better. Anyways, yeah. Lots and lots of stuff to talk about. We will be getting to stuff over time, but we are going to probably start out with some news here. Since we don't have a guest, we can kind of skip that portion of the show. We have lots of cool news.
Yeah, I do want to start with some... Usually we start with the discussion right away, but there's a small news niggle that I kind of want to start with first, which is Top Clack now has a new sponsor. Let's see if my stream thing is working. By the way, I tried studio mode out in OBS. I think it completely broke everything for a moment. So give me a second to make sure this loads properly.
Very classic Top Clack.
There we go. Okay, our new sponsor. We are really happy and excited to welcome Z Frontier as Top Clack's newest partner. Z Frontier is the most active forum for mechanical keyboard enthusiasts in China, hosting over 30,000 members. They gather interest checks and group buy information from all around the world in a post called the Z Frontier Weekly, a bit similar to the news that we do here, but that helps Chinese fans stay in tune with Western enthusiasts, especially since it's really hard for them to, understand English. Very, very fair. They just rolled out a Z Frontier International Direct, which is an initiative to collaborate with designers, group buy leaders, vendors to make it faster, easier, and more affordable for Chinese buyers to buy really neat stuff from outside of China, which is, I guess, most key sets and customs, to be honest, these days. They welcome all these people and companies to help promote their own products and share information with the Chinese community so they can see what others have to offer and provide feedback. So some of you vendors might have already been contacted by Z Frontier for collaborations, and maybe if you haven't, we'll probably be contacted by them in the future as well. They're really focusing hard on bringing together the Eastern and Western keyboard communities, as it can be difficult, with English being the standard language for RMK and Keycap and Desk Authority and etc. With that in mind, we're going to help them as much as we can, which will hopefully be soon, including a subtitled version of Top Clack for the Chinese community to be able to learn and enjoy our content. We're really excited for this, and we definitely hope all of you can support this movement.
Yeah, I am super excited to be able to do like a subtitled version of Top Clack. excuse me, we're still kind of working out some of the details because it turns out it can be kind of hard to subtitle a 2-hour show.
What do you know? 2 hours of dialogue is a lot.
Yeah, believe it or not. So, we're kind of working on that, but the main idea here is that we're able to get more information and entertainment over to the Chinese community, which is, has been kind of separated from us a little bit because, like Huey said, not everyone speaks English over there, or not everyone speaks it very well. And you go to a place like r/mechanical keyboards, the largest mechanical keyboard forum, and it's all in English. So, it can be a little bit hard for them. So we're working with Z Frontier. We've been talking a lot with their CEO, and we're working towards trying to bridge this gap a little bit more, and it should be pretty awesome.
Yes. So that is something we're really, really excited about. We're gonna have some new projects with them as well as with our other current partners coming up in the near future. Speaking of things in the near future, Brian, what's that you're wearing?
I have Top Clack shirts. Hold on, wait. I have Top Clack shirts on Top Clack shirts on Top Clack shirts. Okay, that was terrible. But yes, I do have lots of Top Clack shirts in, and if you ordered one, hopefully they will be going out pretty soon. This is what you can expect them to look like. They are not white like they kind of look like on the store page. Unfortunately, this is it's like a heather gray, and then our logo's there, and you got our Marseille blue and our gold there. So it came out really well. I'm super happy. They're a lot more comfortable than I was expecting too. I'm always weary when I buy T-shirts because I'm like, they're not going to be comfortable. they never are. They never are. But these are pretty good. I'm wearing a 2XL, which is what I normally wear. It's maybe a little bit more snug around the midriff than I was expecting. So if you like looser shirts, I would definitely suggest ordering one size above what you normally get. But even if you order your normal size, it's probably totally fine. But yes, Top Clack shirts making progress, coming very, very, very soon.
Ooh.
Happy about that. And we'll give you the link to where to buy them later on.
Coming soon, but we might say there might be a small shipping hiccup among a little bit of things, so there might be a tiny bit more delay, to be perfectly honest. But soon. We have to be honest about that. We always want to be transparent.
Let's be totally transparent here.
Don't tell the people what craziness. Oh my god.
So originally what was supposed to happen were, we ordered, it was more of like a test run. We ordered 100 shirts. I was supposed to receive 25 of them in various sizes, and the rest of them were supposed to go to Input Club's distribution center, where they're handling all the main sales for our shirts. And instead, the manufacturer decided to send me all of them, as well as a bunch of other shirts from Input Club. So not entirely sure what's happening there. We're still waiting to hear back on what's going on, but hopefully we will get this resolved very soon, and we can all move forward with our lives. So there's your transparency for today, guys.
Yeah, all the shirts are here. They're just at the wrong person, because as you guys might have guessed, Brian, he's a big guy, but he's not a distribution center.
Yeah.
So
anyways, yes,
but that will be resolved very soon. We're working with Input Club and with the t-shirt manufacturer to kind of be like, what's going on. But the shirts exist. The shirts
exist, and they look awesome.
They look awesome. They're just in the wrong place. So right now it's just about shuffling things around so they're in the right place.
He's a big guy, but he's not a distribution center. I should get a shirt that says that.
Before we also get into the discussion points, I do want to do a massive shout out to Josh at Pluggables for providing me with this new microphone, which is why I may sound quite wonderful right now. Brian and I have the matching Pluggables mic, which is wonderful. And we'd also like to thank all of you fans. All of your donations through Twitch Prime and Patreon have contributed to us being able to buy these mic arms, shock mounts, and pop filters. So,
which were an awesome value, by the way.
Awesome value. Like, if you guys want to know, it was $26 for me to get the pop filter, shock mount, and arm.
It was good stuff.
Not too bad.
Yes. So major shout out to Josh at Pluggable. He's super awesome guy. We've had him on in the show in the past, and yeah, super duper nice. Hooked us up with these mics. He also hooked us up with mice, which are nice too. I use mine a lot. It made me better at Overwatch, I swear, because the sensor is like way better than what I was using before. Anyways, let's hop into some news.
Yeah, let's hop into some news. So, Brian, if you want to post that link, I'm sure probably everyone on Reddit saw it. It was like the #1 post this week. Someone used a very, very cute way to propose to their significant other, which I thought was really, really cool, really, really awesome. You know, kind of way to like incorporate one of your passions with the other passion of your life, right? Which made me think, if you were going to have a mechanical keyboard themed wedding, what would have to be included? What would have to be included? Like, would the bride's bouquet be like a GMK Valentine set behind the back?
And obviously, we need Twitch interaction here.
Yeah.
These discussion points involve you just as much as they involve us. So definitely let us know. I was actually trying to think about this earlier, and I was drawing so many blanks. Like I really don't know. I think so. You know how there's usually like a piano player that like plays the music as they walk down the aisle or whatever.
Playing Model F.
Yes, he needs some form of buckling springs, like probably like a fleet of Model Fs and Model Ms, and he'll just play songs. Because depending on which switch you press, it resonates differently in the case. So actually, like the closer like outside or inside you go, it changes the pitch of the press and the click. So maybe like he's so good that like he figures out which keys he needs to press on which keyboard when to make like these like typical wedding songs.
So
I think that'd be pretty cool.
That would be really cool. One thing I was thinking of, like, what shape would your cake be? Would it be a keyboard, a key switch, a keycap? A slider? Like, that's... I think if I had... I probably wouldn't realistically, unless I was marrying, like, the coolest person ever. But if I was getting married and I could somehow I could choose the cake...
It's never about you, Huey. It's the wedding is always about her. That's it.
I would go with row 1 GMK.
Okay.
A single giant row 1 GMK cap, and then for the legend would just probably be like the names, but then I'd have the cake makers double shot like a different ingredient for that part. For the legend, that would be like the names of the bride and groom compared to the rest of the structure of the cake. I don't know how to make cakes or what cakes are made of, but I think this is possible.
Avid User 2 says, I'd fly Quakeums and Man of Interest in for a live Top Clack episode, presumably for his wedding. That'd be really cool. We could officiate or whatever it's called. We could just like we could be like ordained, because like anyone could be ordained. We could just get Top Clack ordained as
I can get ordained as a Jedi.
Whatever. Oh yeah, totally. Dixie Mac says keycap cufflinks. That's pretty classy.
That's very classy. Cakes are made out of cake.
Dixie Mac says Mastrop would not be the maid of honor. Wow, savage. Oh, Apathy Mug. That's a pretty good idea. Use the molds for Novelkeys giant switch to make the cake. Yeah, you could probably use the mold for that, right? Is that a thing? That could be a thing.
That would be a thing. Just double shot filling with cake.
Master Wanderer says, I'd install Hull Tights. I'm not entirely sure what that means, but I think it's sexual.
What activities would you have at like the event?
Probably they'd have to be like similar to like meetups, right? You have like typing tests and stuff. Like instead of dancing, there's like just like a typing tournament. They're pretty sweet. Red velvet chocolate double shot cake.
Oh man,
you guys are way more clever than I am.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Maybe I'll do. I don't really care that much about getting married, But if I ever do, like, it'll probably be a keyboard themed wedding. Like, whether she wants it to be or not, like, I don't I don't care.
I mean, I know this is about you, but you're gonna make a concession here.
Yeah. Sorely says, I want to throw switches at people. So yeah, like, instead of throwing, like,
The rice,
the rice or whatever, yeah, you just
springs would be lighter.
Which, by the way, is apparently, like, really bad for birds, because, like, they eat it and, like, it destroys their stomach because it just, like, all expands in there or whatever. But yeah, you can just throw switches. Birds will probably eat those too. They'll probably die. It's probably not good.
First dance is one of my typing test videos.
Your first dance is just the first episode of Top Clack, which doesn't actually exist anymore, unfortunately. The first, like, 3 episodes. Oh well.
Oh well.
DixieMX says, I ain't ever getting married. Yeah, you're probably not wrong. It's very likely that I will not get married because I don't care about marriage.
Exactly. As I said, not with that attitude. With that, yep, you got the attitude for not really working it out, and I kind of share that.
What would the bride throw instead of a bouquet? A switch tester, of course.
GMK Valentine's set.
So it's like a what, not a theory, but I don't even know the word. But like when a bride throws the bouquet, it's supposed to, like, who catches it is supposed to find love next or get married next or whatever.
Are they supposed to find endgame next?
Exactly. You throw a switch tester and they find endgame. Very controversial to the shirt that you wear, Kiwi, but that's fine. they find endgame. She should throw a giant switch.
Would it hurt someone?
Yeah, Kelly. You're way too aggressive. That's very mean. Avenger 2 says people spend $10,000 to $40,000 usually on marriage. Imagine what you can get in keyboards for that. That's true.
Run a group buy instead of a wedding, guys. That's it right here. Run a group buy instead of a wedding.
Yeah, run a group buy for significant others. And that way you don't even need a wedding. run a group buy. That's probably human trafficking, right? Running a group buy for people.
Yeah, I believe that's called slavery.
Top Clack does not endorse human trafficking. The show has gotten way out of hand.
Yes. Let's I guess bring it back a little bit on hand with our second discussion point. Brian, what is our second discussion point?
So this is actually something I was talking about with last night to the CEO of our newest partner, zFrontier. So I asked him, I was like, hey, like, what kind of discussions do you guys have? Like, what kind of discussion points do you think would be interesting to talk about? And he's like, well, there's a couple things that we normally talk about, at the office with our team. And he was telling me some stuff, and something that I thought was kind of interesting is he says, besides typing, what else should keyboards be used for? What else could keyboards be used for? And he was referring to one of the new DOS keyboards that isn't out yet, the 5Q, which is it's really heavily software based. And for instance, he was giving me some examples. Like, let's say you get an email from your boss. Then you could have like your B key or your BOSS key, like all change color or flash or something like that. So you just got an email from your boss based on what your keyboard just did. And that was kind of a vague example, but But like, what kind of things should a keyboard be capable of besides just typing?
With some of the keyboards I've seen with all their LEDs, they're kind of becoming like phones, or like it's a second flashlight.
So you should just be able to, like,
flip your keyboard and start looking around the nooks and crannies of your desk, looking for that missing stem.
Yeah. Yes. So like you get home from work and your house is dark. You walk in a door. Of course, you got your keyboard on you, because why wouldn't you? And then you're instead of your phone, you're just holding that around.
It's like having a mobile floodlight.
Yeah, and then you don't even like turn on your house lights. You just use that. Like, you go like make some dinner. Like, you're chopping up your mirepoix. Like, you're making like some stew. right? That's what that's what people do. You're just holding a keyboard over.
I'll go with one of the more commercially people want answers, which is I think a lot of people want USB pass-through for their keyboards. I know some people like just get the DOS just because like USB pass-through. Because I don't know why they don't believe in getting a USB hub. But some people want USB pass-through for their keyboards when their USB hub or possibly their monitor, depending on their monitor, isn't enough.
Yeah.
Keyboard as a pillow.
Master Wanderer says getting laid, am I right? Yes, that's clearly what keyboards can and should be used for.
Babe, I can click all night long.
Maybe keyboards can get you laid. That's the dream, right? Keyboard should be used for coffee table centerpieces. Interesting. So just aesthetic decoration, not functional at all.
That'd be good to use for essay sets.
Yeah, definitely.
Audio jack, but not pass through.
Yeah, or like what if hear me out. What if there's like audio equipment in there? So you have like a DAC or an amp or an amp. That'd be kind of cool. Maybe just start having like more things integrated with the keyboard itself physically. As a pillow. Okay, interesting.
DAC amp, huh?
Right? That's not even that bad of an idea.
I think I'm gonna do in the future some super ghetto-ness and basically build a keyboard in a cardboard box that has a DAC in it.
I'd appreciate that, Huey. Put it. Morning coffee. That's actually pretty good. It just says put a computer in a keyboard. Totally.
I was thinking that we were actually talking about that the other night. I was like, why don't like old computers basically was basically a terminal with the keyboard right in front because like they weren't external things to the essence of the computer back in the day. So I mean like I would rebuild my modern computer with a custom case that I could probably just slot 60% into so I could switch out my 60% and the plug would always be right there. I think that'd be really cool. Or just have one specifically built for my whole PC. The only downside is like I switch keyboards all the time. So that's...
Yeah, you need some form of hot swapping.
I would just do it, have it be a tray with a USB mini there so I can just swap out 60%. That's all.
Definitely. Hot Toss says I'm totally stealing some ideas. Uh-oh. All rights reserved on all of this. Top Pack owns everything. No, I'm just kidding. Zach Adams says that's the Commodore 64. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
true.
yeah, old PCs.
Yeah.
There was underneath the keyboard / behind the keyboard was a computer. I mean, computer.
No one is buying a $1,500 keyboard DAC amp combo. Probably.
Hey,
probably not.
There's maybe. I mean, have you seen mechanical pen head vape? I don't know. It's insert other hobbies that some people like a lot of.
That product is totally targeted towards like the majority of our community because we all use keyboards. Let's be honest, we all listen to music. Most of us have some form of speakers or headphones where they listen to music with. Come on, like. That product doesn't obviously need to be that expensive. You can find cheaper DACs and amps. Like you don't need to spend $1,500 on one. But yeah, that's totally a community targeted product.
Keyboard with a fish tank. It's like bringing back the 60s with those heels, platform shoes with the yeah.
Oh man, fantastic. Man, people have some good ideas.
Yeah.
TechFresh says pen pencil holder. I like it.
Actually, not
basic but efficient.
Actually, if you look like, even though I guess we'll talk about it later, the KA66 was it KA? No, not KA. CA 66, as well as like the Model F. They do have a little thing on top where you can lay a pencil or pen on top, and that's what a lot of people used them for back in the day. Because next to your Model F typing away, you'd be like numbers. physical spreadsheets.
Apparently, people want Doki Doki wands for keyboards.
I mean, you can adjust the settings with the clicky switches.
Yeah, so it's like you're satisfying two things at once.
Do you want to do clicky mode? Do you want to tactile mode? Do you want to do that linear mode? You know, different strokes for different folks.
I like that tactile vibration. Keyboard with light up vacuum tubes. All right, so
fingerprint reader. Logging in.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah.
Built soldering station.
That'd be interesting. Right.
Be intense.
Keyboard that has a weeb cam, not a webcam, but a weeb cam.
I mean, if I could have a keyboard that would display a holographic waifu like in the newest Blade Runner movie, yes, completely, yes.
I still need to see that movie.
You do need to see that movie because it'll make you want a holographic waifu more than ever.
I already want one pretty bad. I don't know.
It'll be like, it's even better than I imagined. Ryan Duckling, you got it settled.
That's awesome. All right. We should probably wrap up that discussion point. Move on to some news. Lots of cool ideas, though.
Yeah, some real news. The real news. Okay, let's switch over to.
Oh, actually, no. Sorry, but I do have one more.
Okay.
So do you remember how some older cherry boards had the card reader?
Yes.
Have that, but that's how you pay for things, like online. So instead of ever like typing out information, like ever, you just swipe your card and like you buy it.
You could probably make that possible because I know a lot of online payment systems use the same back end to fill out. So you could have that as a working card reader. That's actually a possible thing now.
Yeah, that could be done.
Someone out there who knows programming and isn't me and obviously and smart about this, you can make it happen. I mean, I don't know why you'd actually want to make it happen, because you'd just be like, boop, 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 all your money away for every group buy, boop, 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 but,
Yeah. Morning Coffee says, sound quality so much better in this episode, by the way. Awesome.
That's great to hear, yeah.
That's really, really cool. Yeah, we're both effectively using new mic setups. This is the same mic I've been using, but I got all the stuff for it now. And then Huey is rolling brand new entirely. So we're doing awesome. Anyways.
And it's all thanks to all of our fans out there.
Mm-hmm.
So, are we ready for some of that news?
Some of that crispy top clack news? I hope so.
Yes. Okay, let's switch over to the news viewer. Starting up first on Keycap News is the group buy for GMK Necro, run by Cute Dreams for You, also known as Jessica Brazzers Jessica on Geekhack. Also the creator of Plum, GMK Plum, which was a very, very high selling set.
Yeah, the set did very well.
Yeah, this set is, where's it running on? mechboards.co.uk.
Oh yeah, sorry.
So
yeah, I will put that link right here in the chat too. It's 125 pounds.
Just want to say real quick, if anyone looks at the screen, I hope that picture of their GMK Royal Alpha looks very familiar.
That's obviously your board. All right.
Okay, but back to the actual news. GMK Necro, with 3 weeks remaining. Yeah, it's going to be closing the first week of October. 14-week lead time is the estimate. I hope this hasn't been updated yet, because 7 deals sold seems kind of low.
Yeah. I'm also, this is kind of odd, especially because I know Jessica is in the US. She ran GMK Plum through Massdrop, a US distributor. Why?
Oh no, that's just a UK distributor. We just found I just put the wrong link.
Okay.
It's gonna be by DM Keys for the US for $145 US.
Oh, cool. Okay, so
There's
there
a
is that.
US. Yes.
Okay.
My B.
Okay. I feel stupid for not scrolling through all of the comments then.
Oh, I should probably
That
add
was
the
that was just the
Twitch.
EU proxy. Okay, so this makes a little bit more sense. I've actually never heard of DM keys before, so that's something very new to me. It looks like this might even be the very first thing they're doing. They have nothing else on the site.
Maybe it's, I don't know whose site is this. Maybe it's just straight up Jessica's site.
It's possible. That name doesn't seem like something Jessica would have though. DM keys. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
People are saying
$145.
it is in fact Jessica's site.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. There you go. Pretty good compatibility as you'd expect from a GMK set. $145 is not as good as we've been seeing from some other places and sources, but still not bad. Especially if this is her site and she's effectively running the group by herself. That price is not too bad. I think this set looks really good personally. It's just the right kind of dull for me.
It's hard for me to say because I mean I liked the renders for Plum and how everything turned out until I saw Plum. I mean I hope this turns out more accurate. But overall, I mean I do have a overall, I guess, more positive than negative connotation about it. I don't know. I think the alphas are a bit too on the green side for me.
Okay. I definitely like it more than Plum.
I like it more than Plum too.
All right. So the group buy is currently open. It closes on the 13th of next month, November. And 14-week lead time, which is it's about right, I guess, for now for GMK.
Yeah.
Nothing too out of the ordinary there. So make sure to check that out if you're into that set.
Next up, Donutcables will be running GMK Forge soon.
Forge. I like that name.
Right? Some very rich renders with these powerful red on that.
Yeah,
night black.
with the dark background. That's pretty cool. Yeah, even oh wait, never mind.
I like the
That's
novelties.
Weird. Yeah, the novelties look pretty good. This is kind of a basic black and red set, but the novelties are pretty sweet. Looks like what is the L key with the left arrow and the colon key with the right arrow? What is that used for?
What? Oh, you mean Vim? HJKL?
Well, those are there too, but there's ones beyond that.
Oh, for L and for HHKB.
Oh.
Wait, no, it's not. No, it's not. HHKB is colon and quotation.
Huh.
Well, I don't know.
I've never seen that before.
L and I don't know. I guess people like having arrows there too.
Yeah, maybe someone in the chat knows. People are saying minivan. Donutcables is saying minivan. Okay, so that's more of an exclusive thing. Very interesting, though.
Yeah, very very interesting. Do we have more deets yet? Let's find out.
Scrolling through the comments, trying to find some deets.
Scrolling through the comments, trying to find some deets.
There's like no deets.
There are no deets.
There's a thread by Ryu Dragoon on Keycap.
He is the
that
designer.
May have more information. That's what I'm looking at right now. Wow, this guy is like actually. Well, he was really good at updating until like a few months ago. Yeah, not entirely sure what's going on with that.
Probably just waiting for GMK to get back on them for stuff. That's the usual for most people once they reach this point, it looks like.
Yep. Donutcables says waiting for GMK quotes. There you go. So we do not currently have a price, but But we got lots of cool pictures. Yeah.
Cool. That is going to be very, very exciting. Let's move on next to a group buy from our new partner, Z Frontier, which is the SA Night King from Maxkeys. It's going to be a Z Frontier exclusive. What a frigid set. Oh man, I love that Send Raven enter key. I love these novelties.
Yeah, I really like the novelties. It's kind of like a Dolch kind of set, feels like to me. But maybe a bit more frigid, I guess is a good word.
Before I saw the Novelkeys, when I first saw it, for some reason I read like Ice King, and I was thinking of Adventure Time. I'm like, okay. Hold on, no, the novelties. This is Game of Thrones. This is Game of Thrones.
Yeah. I haven't even watched Game of Thrones yet. I do plan to. I know half the chat's gonna rip me apart for saying that, but I do plan to. I'm just waiting until all of it's out because I don't like watching things that are ongoing. But yeah, pretty nice looking set. Compatibility is there. There's not a lot. You do have the short shift, the short right shift, and you got your 7U spacebar and your 1.5U bottom row mods. So you could do several 60% layouts, several more odd 60% layouts at least, but still not quite the compatibility that we'd like to see.
Yeah, don't have like don't even have the 1U bottom row.
Yeah,
so unless you have blockers, then your win keyless. Well, depending on what keyboard you're building, I know some you don't need stone, but some like that 1U key right in the middle.
I would just use the arrows. I've done that in the past. It totally doesn't bother me at all. But I know it probably bothers some people. Like I'd use the up arrow next to my shift for FN, and then I just use like left and right arrows for my 1U bottom rows. So to me, that's not a deal breaker. But I'm probably a bit more forgiving than some other people. But yeah, still a pretty neat set. Novelties are pretty cool.
Yeah, it's running till November 6th, and the estimated ship date is January 2018. And if you're interested in possibly winning one of these sets, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, maybe we have one to give away, maybe we don't. Who knows? Want to fight about it? Either way, it's $115 if you join the group buy from here. And I wish there was a render that was more close up with the keys. So all the renders are kind of far away.
Yeah.
Is that just me, or like, am I crazy?
No. I got you. Yeah,
it would have been cool to see that, but still a cool set nonetheless. And yeah, if you like this and maybe you want to win it, then just stay tuned for a little bit later.
Next up is Originative Co. has released GMK Demonic, inspired by their old DCS Ragnarok and Sanctuary sets that ran way back in the day. $140. Looks like Originative Co. has definitely improved on their compatibilities compared to much older sets that they used to run, which is always a good sign to see. All icons except for the Control and Alt. So you have the diamonds for Windows. You got your icons for Shift, Caps, Tab, Enter.
Yeah, so this is kind of similar to Forge. Both kind of the black and red kind of thing going on here. Probably different colors, obviously, different Pantones or whatever, but very, very similar. So if you're into that black and red kind of gamery aesthetic, I know that was like really big in the PC community years ago. Like if you were like black and red, you were like a hardcore gamer.
Edgy gamer, rearing to go for all them kills. Yeah.
And that's why companies like MSI and Asus were only putting out black and red graphics cards and motherboards and stuff. pretty funny.
Yeah, it looks like these are stocked though, unlike Forge, which will be a group buy. These have already been purchased and already at Originative, ready to ship.
Yeah, so pretty typical fashion
Yep.
for Originative, for them to just do the waiting for you and just stock the key set and hope to God that people will buy it. Yeah. I don't know how well this set's selling, so I can't really comment on that.
It's hard to say. It's only been a week. So.
Yeah.
But let's move on to DSA Legacy, which is on Mass Drop, which is like, I heard you guys wanted GMK Laser and GMK Pulse. Ha, here's DSA versions, guys. Ha, ha, ha. And you guys are gonna be suckers for it because you guys like these colors. Ha! Have fun spending money on the DSA version first and then coming back for the GMK version.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, business-wise, it's probably a good move. They'll probably sell a lot.
They are selling a lot, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, if you effectively wanted DSA Pulse and or DSA Laser, here are your options. Looks like they have different novelties though, which is kind of interesting.
I think this is the least amount of sets Mito's ever had in a non-GMK buy, which is still a lot of sets, a lot of kits.
He is bringing back this kind of thing that he does for Counter-Strike players and stuff, where he adds these kind of 1337 elite kits.
Elite kit, Brian. Come on, get with the 2001 times.
Yeah, so he's got those. So if you were a big fan of that in the Overcast set that he ran a while back, then here's another chance to get something along that line. He's got 4 different options there: Measy, Pulse, Rush, and Solace. So pretty cool. I like that option.
Yeah, it's on Mass Drop if you wanna check it out. I mean, a lot of people have purchased a lot of sets. I mean, it's very popular with the Mass Drop community. It does look like. Bad thing is it's GMK, unless that's your go-to.
DSA, not GMK.
Oh, sorry, DSA. Yeah, it's kind of
Don't you badmouth GMK?
I know. Sorry. It's just because that's my hidden desire. I want a GMK laser, but
estimated shipping time is April 25th, 2018. So about 6 months away. It isn't Pacific time. They actually made a note to put Pacific time there, which is interesting. I've never seen that after a date before, only after a time. But yeah, if you're into that,
then you're into that.
They look fine. They look good.
Something else you might be into if you're also into DSA is this DSA cassette kits. Not kit, but group buy. That's gonna be run by Cartel.
Yeah.
It's hard to say. Not good renders. I mean, it's just like, here's the keys, but I mean,
yeah, basically no renders. These are
just.
I'd be hard pressed to call these renders, but they're pictures of what kits will include.
Yes, and their sizings.
Yeah, kind of a throwback to when cassettes were a thing before compact discs took over.
Yes.
Which was kind of my childhood. So I definitely respect that. I'm not the biggest fan of the colorways though. So.
I am not either.
Yeah.
But
so as this is an interest check, there's no information on price or availability or timeline or anything. So if you're really into that, then you got to make sure to show interest so you can get that information sooner.
Yep. Okay, let's move on to some keyboard news. Starting off with something that I think for a lot of people started good, but unfortunately is currently met with quite a bit of issues. The AEK64 60% case for Apple Extended Keyboard. It's an Alps only case.
A lot of controversy going on this one.
Yeah.
he has the much rarer, fully steel version.
Steel is real.
This group buy was for the aluminum version. Very beautiful board, honestly, but the price is a little bit up there, and they've had some cosmetic issues as well. And there's been a little bit of controversy based on, you know, they're selling A stock and B stock and C stock cases or something like that for different prices. That I think that ranged between 275 and 300 USD.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people that were even getting the A stock cases, which, you know, when you think A stock, that's a perfect unit, right? Like A stock is that's what it's supposed to be. And apparently people getting A stock units are getting ones relatively damaged.
And I think the thing that kind of adds to the controversy was the response. So most of the damages to the A cases were plate damages, and Scully has said that plate damages still counted as A stock because once the keyboard is built, you will not see those damages. That's a controversial statement in our community about, you know, things being dinged up or not, and that's kind of been been met with all of mixed criticism. Some people will be like, okay, yeah, I kind of understand, and some people being like, but this is supposed to be A stock.
I'm gonna disagree a little bit with Scully on that. To me, A stock is the product. That is what you're supposed to be getting. That is perfect. That's how it goes. Otherwise, why call something B stock? So to me, you know, B stock is where you can start having damage and stuff. And I kind of get where he's coming from. Once the keyboard's built, you can't see it. So like it wouldn't bother me. I don't care about damage that I can't see. But that would still not be an A stock case to me. When I get something that's A stock, it needs to be pristine. Otherwise, that's a B stock case or worse. That's my view of it, at least.
Yeah, it was difficult for a lot of it is difficult for a lot of people to swallow concerning the price, and it's, you know, just for the case. You still gotta get Hasu's PCB. You still gotta source ALP switches. You still gotta source AEK keycaps, which because of these keyboards have been going up in price on eBay.
Oh, really? I actually have a set. But yeah, what's above A stock? If A stock is not your perfect unit, what's above A stock? Like A plus stock? I'm curious what they would call it.
S stock. Go Japanese style. S stock.
S stock? Okay. Yeah, like what's better than A stock? I don't know. Anyways, really big controversy kind of going on right now, and kind of rightly so. I would be upset if I was receiving an A stock case that was damaged.
Well, if I got a B or C stock, I know what I'm going into. Sure.
Yeah. If I expect damage to begin with, okay, totally fine, and I'm paying for it, I get it. Like, that's fine. But when I hear A stock, that doesn't mean damaged cases.
Yeah, like if I brought a brand new computer case that has no, you know, windows for me to look through into my components, but there's still major scratches on the inside of my computer case, I would be upset about that because this is a brand new product.
Yeah,
I wouldn't see those scratches once my computer is built, but they still sent me, you know, a scratched up computer case.
Yep.
That is that. Hopefully these issues do get resolved for people with significant damages. I've seen damages worse. I've seen damages not that worse. I've seen very mixed levels.
I've seen the whole spectrum. Lots of different damage. All right. Anyways, moving on to the FoldKB split ortholinear 65%
by Friggle Snart.
That's a fantastic name,
right?
Friggle Snart. I love that. So he's got some pictures in here. Very kind of an interesting layout.
Ortholinear.
Splits. But he's using normal mods, so there's different gaps between a lot of the caps around the edges.
Yes.
Because obviously the alphas are ortholinear, but for instance, the tab key and the left shift key are both different sizes, so there's a gap on the outside of that. Kind of funky looking, but you know, a lot of these kind of layouts come to pass just because the person that designed them wanted to use that, and then other people are like, oh hey, I should try that too. And that's kind of how things start. But kind of an interesting product.
Yeah.
If you're into that sort of thing.
Yeah. If you're interested, there's a little interest check form you guys should go check out on the thread. Will probably help Friggle Schnart out about
our good friend Friggle Start. I don't know who he is, but he's already my friend.
But yeah, check it out if you're one of those splitters who like splitting everything. Next is a pretty interesting interest check from Green BB, which is this brass/wood HHKB, even including a fancy little brass little nameplate kind of thingaroo on the lower corner, like you would see on a HHKB, except not as actually fancy, because as you might know, the HHKB has a kind of meh case, but this case is not meh, at least by these renders.
Yeah, looks very cool. I like the idea of the brass and the wood together. Looks good.
Yeah, 70-degree angle. There's a straw pull for what kind of layout you'd see, which I don't know why you wouldn't make it in like just split shift, split backspace. Like, come on.
Yeah, that is kind of strange.
It's HHKB case. HHKB. Like, why would you say it's an HHKB case then not use the HHKB layout unless it's like HHKB ISO?
Yeah. By the looks of it, it also exclusively uses a 6U spacebar because that right blocker, like a traditional HHKB, is larger than the left blocker. So that usually insinuates that you have a 6U spacebar instead of the more common 7U on MX HHKB layouts. So kind of interesting to note there. The only time we've ever like really seen that so far is like with the Tina and like maybe one other board. Tina had the option for
Tina C, I believe it was.
Something like that, yeah. Had the option for the larger right blocker for the 6U spacebar for people that were more into that 100% proper HHKB layout.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, vote in that straw poll. Get some feedback. Looks like it'll be a pretty limited run if this does happen, because this guy's using a school's CNC router and laser cutter. So.
Oh god. There have been group buys in the past where people try to do that and it doesn't turn out too well.
I mean, I can imagine their teachers being like, "Wait, what? Wait, what are you doing? Are you making profit off this kid?"
But maybe it'll work out cool.
Maybe it'll work out. Hopefully, it works out cool.
Yeah.
Speaking of things,
cases.
and things that might work out cool. Our good friend Evan over at Van Keyboards, designer of the minivan, is working on the Retro 60. Look at that wood paneling. I'm back to the 70s already.
So the Retro 60 was actually something that he teased like 2 years ago.
Yeah, it was a cool.
And it was awesome. It was a CNC aluminum case. It was the same design. It was very, very beefy, huge bezels, and then it was also like completely flat, if I recall, by the looks of it here too. Yeah, so not really any kind of like typing angle on this. It's just like a big, beefy slab of wood. I don't mean that sexually, but I do like beef. Anyways, very, very cool looking case. I love the design. I'd prefer a little bit more of an angle, but that's because I'm not a user of flat keyboards. But yeah, apparently it's coming. It's coming soon, the 31st of this month. So only about not even 2 weeks away. So if you're really into this, make sure to check that out. I assume when he says it's coming, he means he's going to stock some.
Stock or group buy? Who knows?
Yeah.
Just imagine if he said like 31st and it's like the ultimate prank. Like you were expecting a treat, but here's a trick. Because Halloween.
Okay.
Yeah.
In one of the comments, he says the price is going to be $150 to $200, available in wood or aluminum. So he is going to have an aluminum version, but he does not have the prototype yet, thus there are no pictures, according to this post. So very cool. I'm glad the aluminum version is also happening, because honestly, I don't really care too much about wood cases, but I'd like the aluminum version.
Mm-hmm.
And especially if it's in that $150 range, that's not too bad.
It looks like it will be a group buy. Someone asked when is the group buy happening, and he just linked his site. So he didn't say it's not a group buy in response to that question. So I'm going to assume it is a group buy.
Okay. That makes a bit more sense.
Yeah,
cool.
So if you want to get, with that old school wood paneling or an aluminum version of this retro design, check out the Van keyboards, 103117, or if you're not American, 311017.
Yeah. If you're better than us, then 311017.
Yeah. So let's move on. This is a kind of interesting pet project someone started, and it kind of became a big thing for them. The Iris keyboard. I think we covered the interest check 2 weeks, X amount of weeks ago.
We sure did. Yes.
Yes, but it's a thing. It's happening.
It's cool. If I recall, this guy was launching 3 different keyboards,
yes,
actually,
did,
and
yeah,
this was my favorite of the 3.
Exactly. For me, the thumb buttons aren't like crazy far like the Ergodox with my my Asian hands, so this is more appealing to me. The stagger, the vertical stagger, isn't as intense as the Ergodox either, so this seemed like much more easy on the adjustability, since it's much similar to a traditional ortholinear.
Yeah. This looks pretty good. I like it. This is something even I would use, which is like I don't use like ortho or Ergodox boards like ever. But I'd try this.
I'd try it too.
In one of his pictures, he actually has, for his escape key, he has the board podcast novelty. Very cool.
Very nice.
Yeah, so price pretty good here. $20 for I assume that comes with PCB and
diodes, and the connectors. It's basically a blank PCB that you put everything on.
Okay, so
it includes 2 Iris PCBs, 2 push buttons for reset, 2 4.7 ohm resistors for the L2C to install the master half, 2 TRRS jacks, 56 1N4148 diodes, and LED components, MOSFET, 100 ohm and 100 kilo ohm resistors.
Yeah, so it doesn't include any kind of like housing. So he's got like kind of like a dual layer thing going on here. And apparently you won't be able to get that, nor will you be able to get the acrylic case that he's showing off here, at least at this time.
Well,
oh wait, here we go. He has a link.
He has a case section.
Case parts are available here, and he has a little section for those. Okay. So those are on the same page there. You just got to click that link, and he's got several options here.
Looks like building it up, you're going to be looking at with that kit probably somewhere between $45 and $100, depending on how ball you want to go with this board, which is decent.
Yeah, that's not bad. Case options are pretty good. The cheapest option is the black PCB case, so I imagine it's just the same material as a PCB, just without all the stuff. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of like the dual layer thing he's got going on there. You can get stainless steel plates for $45. There's also acrylic spacers for if you want to diffuse LEDs for your midsection and stuff. So pretty cool stuff there.
Nice.
So
yeah,
not too bad.
I'd go with the complete milky white case. If I think I'd go with.
Yeah, you're a very milky white kind of guy, Huey. Very good.
Let's see.
So check that out because it's pretty cool.
Yes. This is pretty interesting. Caps Unlocked is running an EnjoyPBT extended compatibility kit. So one of the big issues about EnjoyPBT is some compatibility is there, but not all of it. Like if you have an HHKB layout, you're gonna have to make a compromise by using like your F1 for your 1U pipe backslash or some other key. Of course, you're gonna have your pipe backslash key as instead of your backspace key. So you'll have some misnomered legends, but
What's
some people make do.
Huh. Yeah.
So it's going to be supporting full-size TKL, 75%, 65%, 60%, 1800 layout, and Sangan. Prices are going to be between 100 GBP and 110. It's going to be a full set. It's a Keycap thread. Let's check that one out.
Wait, what key did you say this was missing?
No, I'm saying what a normal EnjoyPBT sets they're missing. They're missing, for example, those kind of things and whatnot.
Oh yeah. Okay.
This one
has it.
Man, so many ISO and European weird stuff going on there. That's that's way too many things. IMO.
I'd venture to guess this supports some kind of Nordic or
Spanish and French.
Or like Azerty.
I see Azerty.
Quartz or whatever.
Quartz probably. Yeah, Quartz. I see it.
Yeah, so lots of international compatibility, which is pretty cool. Definitely love seeing that.
Yeah.
Need more of that. All right, what kind of price are we looking at here?
100 to 110 Great Britain pounds. Someone wanna punch that into their converter. I know those
like
130.
It's like 130ish, 125, 130. Kind of expensive for an EnjoyPBT set. I mean, obviously you get a lot more compatibility, but we're used to paying $70 to $80 for an EnjoyPBT set, so pretty big increase there. And it looks like, is this the only version that he's running? Just a traditional like beige and black?
I believe so. All
right, so pretty obviously very limited colors, but I mean that's a very classic colorway that a lot of people enjoy. So yeah.
Check.
The goal here is obviously just to get PBT cherry profile caps into the hands of people that normally can't use sets from EnjoyPBT because of the lack of compatibility. So this is definitely filling a purpose, if nothing else.
Something interesting from the designer of the UK78. I saw this the other day. It's a little, not the other day, basically last week. A Planck concepts. Nice, beautiful kind of Planck case going on. As a Planck case, it's probably one of the nicest Planck cakes. Yeah, Planck cases I've seen, with that brass weight. Those.
Your mind is still on weddings.
Dude, food. No,
talking about cakes.
I want the food, dude. I'm so hungry. I've had to eat today was 20 chicken nuggets.
I have not eaten yet today.
I skipped lunch at work to get home early for Top Clack stuff, and I still got held up at work. That sucks, but that's life. This has a brass plate. This has a brass plate. This has cutouts on the side, like the Viper, for underglow LEDs, which seems pretty cool. IMO.
Yeah, this is a fantastic looking case.
Yeah,
totally honest. Like this is a great looking case.
Price will be somewhere 150 to 200 with a plate, aluminum, brass, and as well as for the case exotic hardwood / brass. So you can get a wood version of this case if you're one of those kinds of people.
Wow, and we saw that going on with the Retro 60 too. I wonder if that's going to be more of a thing. Cases being offered in wood as well as metal.
Man, I'm sure your Datamancer's like, come on, guys, we did this first and now it's taken off.
Yeah, bring it back round. All right, so quick question while we're on this topic, because this is something we're seeing a little bit more of now.
Yeah.
And when we had Kubicek on, I did talk about this a little bit because he's doing the Pearl, a fantastic looking 40%. But one of the interesting things about it is, like this, you have options for brass plates and there's a brass weight. These are 40% keyboards, guys. These are 40% keyboards. So how do you guys feel in chat? How do you guys feel about having heavier components like brass weights and brass plates and thick metal cases on 40% keyboards, which are traditionally supposed to be a lot more mobile and portable?
I have to make a new straw poll. For a second, I thought you were going to ask, are you a fan of wood cases, which is the straw poll I made.
Wow, I thought we're on the same page, Huey.
Because I was talking about. Okay, what was the question? I'm making a straw poll right now. People can see me. I'm on.
Are you okay? How about? Do you like the idea of having heavier 40% boards, or are you more in favor of portability with your 40% boards? Because, you know, traditionally for our 60% and higher boards, people like Huey and I, and probably all of you, we really like heaviness. You know, heavy boards they feel and look more premium, and they stay on your desk a lot easier without sliding around. And it's you know, it's like a novelty thing. Like it's all about EPing. You got big, thick metal, heavy boards. You got a bigger EP. So. Yeah, but traditionally you don't really move those boards around much. But the idea behind a 40% is that it's small and light, and you can take it wherever you want, which you could still do here. But you know, is heavier really the way to go on 40% keyboards? And hopefully Huey will finish up the straw poll in a second.
I send it to you because I forgot to choose pop out chat.
Oh my god! Huey.
So you have to send it to them.
Where'd you send it to me on?
On where I always send you stuff. On Discord, which, speaking of, if you guys haven't joined our Discord channel, you guys should join our Discord channel.
Yes. And I will provide the link for that Discord a little bit later.
I like how I can't grammar. I want my 40% board to weight closer.
those are great answers. Oh, nobody wants a keyboard as heavy as I am. You would not be able to move that keyboard. But it'd be interesting to just feel a 40% as heavy as I am. TechFresh has a great idea. Just get 3 40s. One for travel, one for desk, and one to drink. Oh, I see. Nice. Now, anything that comes in a 40 is not drinkable. You're not drinking that because you enjoy it.
TechFresh knows me. He at least, or other people in stream.
Huey might. Anyways, fill out that straw poll that's in the chat, guys. Do you want your super heavy 40%, or do you want something that you can actually like take around and stuff?
No, they want their 40% way closer to you than me, by an overwhelming 5-2 majority.
All right, yeah. So seven votes currently.
I went down to 6 somehow. There we go. 6-2. Yep.
Okay, so people clearly want their 40% boards very, very heavy and premium and sturdy, and I don't blame them, but it just seems odd to me. It seems odd to me because, you know, traditionally that's why you got a 40%, so you could carry it around and have that portability. But hey, you know, people that carrying around like 2, 3, 4 pound 40% in their backpacks and stuff. More power to you.
I want to think it's like Naruto, and like Rock Lee has, you know, his weight bands, and it's your weight 40%.
And when he's about to fight Gaara, he just like drops them and explode into the arena because they're so heavy.
Exactly, but with 40%. That's what we're all about.
Swirly says, "What the F are these votes?" You don't like these options? These are fantastic options. All right. Yes, now we're 8-4. So there are still people that want to be able to carry their 40% around, and maybe use something larger and more premium at home. Kubicek says heavier makes you ripped, which equals more ladies. I didn't think about that. That's smart.
You got a point there.
There's a reason that you're more attractive than I am, sir.
Okay. Let's move to our last keyboard news topic, which is the XT60 has officially entered the group buy phase. We covered it while it was in the interest check phase a week or two ago. It is a 60% completely ortholinear keyboard, except you have different bottom row options that can include somewhat standardized keys, including like, you know, a normal enter, 2U shifts, a normal backspace if you're all about that. Prototype pics look pretty nice. I actually kind of think it's kind of cool if you look at the design. Opposite corners are either sharp or curved.
Yeah, very, very different. I like that. The weight looks good. That little kind of eye design on the bottom.
Of course, yeah.
That's very cool. One thing I'm a huge fan of that I really wish everyone was able to do this. So he actually has anodized samples of all the colors that the case will be running, like physical samples. Those aren't renders. Like,
yes.
So you actually see anodized aluminum chips there. I love that. So you actually know what what to expect. Awesome. I wish everyone was able to do that.
Talk to your manufacturer if you're working on a board. Maybe they can do that for you. They should be able to do that for you because you're like,
yes.
hey, if I'm going to order in this color, I want to know what I'm getting.
Always ask that. Always. Always. Anyways.
Even if you're not offering that color, ask for the chip anyways.
Yeah, dude. Seriously. Like, that's awesome. I love knowing that I can look through these and now I can actually expect something.
It's gonna be like the next thing people trade because, like, people used to be all about the GMK rings and the PMK color rings, right? Next gonna be like, let me see your anodized aluminum ring from factory Xinghao Tao. Just insert Chinese name here.
Wow. All right.
You know what? I probably named a factory.
It's possible. So it looks like this will include a case, a plate, and a PCB, as well as the mounting hardware. And for that price, it'll be $260, and that's excluding PayPal fee and shipping fee. So you're probably looking at a little bit over $300 for this full kit. But not too bad considering the design. Estimated shipping time is January 1st. Kind of ambitious, but not terribly ambitious.
Not terribly ambitious, but that's fine.
I like seeing that over like 6 weeks because it's never 6 weeks. It's never 6 weeks. The deadline for order is the 31st of this month, so the end. So get in there if you like this. Limit of 100 sets with an MOQ of 50. There will not be a round 2. Switches and stabilizers not included.
Derp.
And yeah, so you got all the information there. Basic stuff, guys.
Okay, let's move on to our other news section. Our other partner, awesome friend, Mike at Novelkeys, he's hitting it hard. We got some Kailh Heavy switches, Kailh Navies, which I can't spell.
Wait, what?
Navies.
Oh, did you change this? I had. Oh, whatever. Oh, I see. There's 2 posts here. I see.
Yeah, I put both posts.
Okay.
I got you.
I'll put them both.
Box Navies, spelled Navies now apparently, and low profile keycaps.
Like Navi from Zelda.
Yeah.
Is she gonna annoy you the whole? Do these switches annoy you the whole time, Huey? I don't think so.
No, I love these switches.
These are really pleasant. Huey and I have samples, if you weren't aware, of the box navies. They look great. They feel really good, and they're one of the most dominating clicky switches I've ever heard in my life.
Dominating.
Yeah, to me, these are like a more refined version of the SKCM Amber, an ALP switch that you don't really see too much of, but it's a very deep and like hardy tactile and click. This feels better because it's smoother. It's a little bit more precise and focused. The click is pretty extreme, as you can hear, and the tactility is. This is probably some of the most tactility I've ever felt on a clicky switch.
It's good.
It might even be the most tactile I've ever felt. So, it does feel good. So this is accomplished by having a thicker click bar. So it's basically just like an upgraded pale blue or box white. Awesome stuff, though. Really, really, really do enjoy these. Huey and I should be doing a build with those in the near-ish future where you can learn a little bit more about them. But also lots of information here if you wanted to talk about what's going on, Huey. I think I posted.
Yeah, you also have some low-profile blank keycaps happening soon for the Kailh low-profile switches, which is, I mean, it's cool, but I mean, like, can someone please make like a 60% PCB that supports these low-profile switches so I can like properly try these low-profile switches?
So I mean, actually use them. I mean, that's got to be coming. It's gotta be
right?
coming. And I would bet that Novelkeys is going to be stocking one because I don't. He's a pretty smart guy. I don't think he would stock the switches without having a plan for people to use them.
Like, I want to try these switches. I'm not going to hand wire these switches, guys. I'm sorry. I've hand wired a board before. Never again.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
not that kind of guy.
I'm too lazy for that. But anyways, yeah, box Navies up for pre-order there. He also just released the Pro Heavy versions, which are just the heavier versions of his Pro switches. Pretty typical fashion for him. I have samples of all those too. They're pretty good. Honestly, I think the purple didn't come out as well because the sheer weight kind of hinders the tactility. So like the normal Kailh Pro purple is actually not that bad. It's pretty good. I think it's as good or better as the Otemu purples, and it kind of more in line competes with Zelios, just at a way better price. But the extra heavier spring kind of takes away a lot of that tactility. But I like the rest of them. I like the linear a lot.
And another really awesome thing that Novelkeys has done is if you're a vendor outside the U.S., the heavy switches are now available to purchase from Kailh directly, which are really, really great. Really, really, really good of him. I know there's a lot of people who they do bite quite the bullet if they buy from the U.S. because of that shipping fee. Especially a lot of our friends in Australia always tell me, like, I love keyboards, I love this hobby, but, like, man, shipping, yo. I'm like, yeah, that's woo-wee. But good thing is, if you're a vendor outside the U.S. and you want to get on these Novelkeys heavy switches, contact Amy Howe at Kailh. She's probably the 8th sales agent at Kailh, considering the fact that her email is sales08@kailh.com.
Yeah, I wonder if that also will mean that he'll do the box Navies, because he doesn't even have all those in yet. I wonder if he's going to try to keep exclusivity on that for a little while, or if he's also just going to kind of release that for whatever. Knowing him, he's probably going to release it because he's a nice guy, but
to be determined.
We'll see. I would very much understand if he wanted to keep it to himself for a little while at least.
Yeah.
Those are going to sell, man. Those are good. Those are awesome switches. Very, very, very unique.
Apparently my volume dropped.
Really?
Okay. Really? I raised it, so
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Fine the whole time.
I don't know either, but let's move on to the next awesome bit of news. I like this one. Someone made their own machine to measure force curves. Now I'm too loud. Okay, well, how about now? We'll find out. But someone made an awesome machine to measure force curves. I really like these machines. I saw Hata's machine when I visited the Input Club laboratory 2 weeks ago. Really cool. So someone else has built a machine, which is great, because I remember when I was visiting with Hata, he's like, I wish other people would build or have their own force curve machines. I'm like, why? He's like, I want to know if I'm doing something wrong so they can call me out on my bullshit if I am. And so the more people who have more data, people can, collaborate with data, kind of like, a scientific community. So it's great.
Yeah, so it seems like he didn't necessarily build it. The first thing he says is, I have access to an Instron universal testing machine. So it's clearly some kind of force graph kind of thing where he has one mechanical kind of arm that will push down on it, and then he has the switch held in place by what is effectively a vise. And yeah, theoretically it does the same kind of thing that Hata's machine does, and he has several graphs following that between a couple of Otemu switches and a couple Zelios switches that he apparently probably just had on hand. But he's got some very clean looking graphs here. Always cool to see keyboard science, though.
Yes.
Really cool stuff.
So if you want to know more about keyboard science stuff, fun fact, little teaser, I'm working on a show about switches and stuff like this. You guys will learn more about that soon. Just want to put that out there. But the important thing about force graphs and why it's important to have more people in the community who have access to these things and can test switches is what you feel in a switch can be quantified so you know your differences. The differences you feel between the 67 and a 65 gram Zelios, for example, or between the 67 gram Otamu Purple and a Zelios. Those can be quantified, and one of the best ways to quantify those differences isn't by saying, you know, something is scratchier or something smoother, because as Input Club has told me repeatedly, there's only so many words in the English language that can describe smooth, scratchy, bumpy.
Yeah.
But a force graph can tell you much more than words.
It shows all of the secrets of a switch.
Yes. So check that post out. It is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Next up, we have a interest check from community member Dart, who is working with the vendor Everglide, based in China, to do some die subbing, custom die subbing. Got some samples already, as well as the keys they can choose from, which is decent compatibility for die subability. No MOQ for orders, though. Which is pretty interesting. You can also choose to keep your order private. Yeah, so it's good for designers if you're designing a set and you're thinking, I want to make a die sub set. And this is another source you can possibly look into if you're looking to make a die sub set, or maybe you just want to make a one-off set for yourself. Maybe this isn't a bad option either.
Yeah, a lot of information in this post. Lots of information. So if it's something you're into, you should definitely check this post out, because we would be sitting here for another hour if we read off all the information in this post.
Yep.
So very cool stuff, though, because we don't really have like anything else in that realm in our community. We had Bus Gamer doing some kind of custom die sub work, but I don't think he does that anymore. So This is definitely something needed, if nothing else.
Something also very needed is charity to help benefit the disasters that have struck Puerto Rico and Mexico. There is a charity going on with a lot of people helping out. Brocaps, Hungerworks Studio, GAF, Retro, SA Keys, and others. This is a charity raffle to help benefit those affected areas. There's a lot of prizes. There are 11 prizes. 11. Troubled Minds, Brocaps, Hungerworks Studio Cap, Suited Up Keycap, Night Cap, Hungerworks Studio, another cap, Retro Cap, GAF Cap, Bro Cap, Zorb, Spark Keys, and a Key Collective Cap.
These are all like really, really high end caps. Like Gadgeable is giving away a Cosmo. Very cool.
Yeah.
Not the first time he's done that.
No, he's a great guy. I mean, this is a great thing to support, because I mean, a lot of people might know, you know, Puerto Rico, for example, has been struck pretty hard by a hurricane. Most everything is down. I think they only have like 15-16% power to the whole entire island at the moment, which is tough. I mean, Top Clack lives off electricity. If we were hit by something like that, we couldn't continue. We couldn't continue.
We would just die.
Yeah, we'd.
Guess we'll die.
So.
Yeah. So definitely go support that. Check that out. You know, Top Clack will probably be donating to that as well. Really, really cool prizes. Yeah. Cool prizes going to a good cause too. So
this is a great thing. So check it out. Please support it if you can. I know this is not the first time the community has banded together to help support charity and support great causes, and this is another great one to support if you have the means to. We highly recommend it.
Yes.
Okay, next we have an update from Centrac. Some of you guys might saw this yesterday. Brandon of Centrac just gave a little update on why his buys might not be going as well as they should be, and things that have been happening with his personal life, mostly dealing with very strong flare-up of eczema. Eczema is a very bad, basically dry skin condition where your skin will literally scab up and be inflamed a high amount. I had it when I was a child. It sucks completely. His was so bad he couldn't shower, he couldn't move from his, like, rolling over in bed would physically hurt him because of how covered in scabs he was and how inflamed they were. And if when you're in that condition, you can't deliver a group buy. Like, you can't even really.
Well, and he runs a full service store too. I mean, he sells tons of products, not even just the group buys. So And, you know, we're kind of paraphrasing here. There's obviously more information in the post, but he basically couldn't get orders out. And some of you actually were probably very aware, because I've had a couple people ask me over the last couple months. They're like, hey, like, do you know anything about Centrac? Like, I haven't gotten any kind of order confirmation or shipping or anything. And I was like, I don't know. Like, I used to talk to him. I used to play Overwatch with him sometimes, and like he's a nice guy. So I was kind of surprised. I didn't really know what was happening. So it's kind of cool that we have a full update now. It looks like he's getting a little bit better. He went through a lot of not only his own health issues, but health issues with his family as well. So it looks like he's slowly kind of getting back into things, and he caught up with some of his backlog. So that's good to hear that he's coming back in full swing. We definitely wish him the best.
Your health is always something very, very important. Brandon, if you ever see this, we really hope you take care of yourself and make sure everything improves for you, because I mean, I commented, I had it when I was a child. It's rough, and I wish you the best.
Most definitely.
So, our good friend Jay Godinez, he has made some awesome MK Switch patches in the past, which Brian and I both have ones on our backpacks. He has made some awesome Topra patches. Ooh, these look really cool. Like, these are like,
this is like so cool.
Straight out. Like, I swear, these are like straight Japanese imports.
This is like initial D style stuff.
I'm gonna put on my jacket, my shoulder.
Yeah. So if you're into these patches, definitely check them out. They're pretty cheap, $11 USD shipped, and then it's plus $1.25 for international. Then you can also choose to add a Velcro back for an additional $1.50. So pretty cheap stuff, not too bad. We do have 3 of these to give away today.
Ooh, and how are we going to give these away?
We'll just RNG with the live viewers here. We have another giveaway coming up that will not be an instant RNG thing, so we'll strike a balance with this one.
Yeah.
So
let's go.
Yeah, I believe it's possible. We actually have Jay Godinez in the chat, but if not, that's also fine. We will run this giveaway either way. I have been told we have 3 to give away, so we will just randomly choose 3 winners based on typing in the chat.
Yeah, so if you're in chat and you want to possibly win one of these awesome prizes, type in chat your favorite Topra keyboard.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good one.
We want to hear. Is it the HHKB? Is it the Real Force 45 gram, 55 gram, mixed gram? Is it the Real Force RGB? Is it the Leopold FC660C, 980C? None of them is fair too. What's your favorite Topra keyboard?
What's your favorite Topra keyboard, Huey?
That's pretty. It's hard. Probably a tie. HHKB and my Real Force. I love my Real Force.
Yeah, both great keyboards.
Dude, look at this. Look at this.
Oh man, yeah. Even in the stock case, man, still feels good. Yeah, for me, it's probably the HHKB Pro 1 that I used to own, that I sold and regret almost every single day selling. But I also do love my HHKB Pro 2.
Looks like we have 35 people entered in so far.
So we'll wait until 7:30, so probably a little over a minute. Let more people get in there. So make sure you're typing your favorite Topra board in chat so you can be entered to win one of these sweet Topra patches. Topure. Oh, he actually, I didn't realize this. In his post, he actually has a little link for Top Clack at the bottom.
He does.
Because we collaborated on this giveaway. We made it real simple.
$41 people now. We have a minute remaining.
Well, he's also doing a giveaway in his posts.
Yes, he
One
is.
lucky winner will receive a Topra beanie. That is so cool. I really want a Topra beanie.
Right? I want to. I mean, I don't even wear beanies, but
I don't either.
I would start wearing a beanie for that.
I would wear a Topra one. Yeah, you just comment in that Mech Market thread of his the number between 1 and 1,000. Please be mindful of duplicate numbers, so you can just Control F to see if other people have done that number before. And yeah, a random winner will be selected Monday, the 23rd of October, sometime during the evening Pacific time. And that's free shipping. Very cool. Very good. Topra beanie, man. That is legit. All right, so you guys are running out of time to enter here.
Mm-hmm.
How many we got now?
It's 30 now, so I'm gonna do a little countdown in Chatterino. Are you ready? Let go your ego in 10, 7, 6, 2, 1.
It's Cuba Check says waffles. All right. Our first winner is Camel Leopard. Very cool. So I will need actually
join our Discord and PM us and prove it's you.
Yeah. Join our Discord, which I will provide a link for right now, as well as I will probably provide later. And then you can message us there, and all will be well. There you go. There's our Discord. Everyone join that if you're not already, but you probably are because you're cool. But for anyone else, there you go.
Okay, are we ready for the next winner?
Yes.
I'm just gonna go.
You're just gonna go. All right, he's just gonna go. Huey takes initiative. All right.
Krellbit.
Krellbit. Oh man, we should probably reroll. I like how people are saying rigged as if like Krellbit has like some connection with Top Clack when like he really doesn't. That's funny. Well, all right, Krellbit's getting a patch.
Yeah.
Krellbit, hit us up.
Hit us up, Krellbit. We'll get that patch your way.
Yeah. I mean, your odds are like 1 in like 40 or something.
1
like,
in 47.
Your odds are a lot better than you might think. That's always the best thing about Top Clack giveaways. Like, the chance of you winning something is like really high, all things considered.
Yeah. It's not like it's not like meetups where it's like 200 people and you're like, well.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, one more patch to give away. Let's go ahead and roll that as well.
Carlsia.
Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce X there. But Carlsia, make sure you hit us up on Discord. I'll spam that link again, even though I just put it in there. But that's where you can reach us. Just join there and find either Huey or myself, and we can get you set up with that. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, or lime squeezy if you're Huey.
Yeah.
Carlsia is a bot. Sure. Really?
Well, they haven't said anything in 48 seconds since winning.
Bot confirmed.
Well, if they don't message us in the next day, I mean, it's just something else for us to raffle in the future for the rest of you.
We'll give the other way. We'll give the other one away on Discord very soon if it doesn't go out. If this person doesn't message us. Easy peasy, no big deal.
So Brian, we have a message from one of our sponsors, don't we?
Do we?
I don't know.
Am I forgetting something?
An ad spot.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like an actual message.
I mean, it is an actual message from them, dictated by us.
Well, very very true. So, as many of you probably know, we do have multiple business sponsors at the moment. Huey talked a little bit about Z Frontier earlier, and of course, we still have Novelkeys and Input Club. And if you're not familiar with Novelkeys, Novelkeys.xyz is a popular community vendor that specializes in switches and switch testers, among other things. They have one of the largest selections of switches available, including the vast majority of the new Kailh and Otemu switches on the market, which have been getting a ton of popularity over the last few months. A lot of them are very, very good. Very good, seriously. They have several new switches in stock too, including the Kailh Box Navy, which you and I have kind of been pimping around a little bit. These are pretty awesome. It's just like a modified Kailh Box Pale Blue that has more tactility and a much deeper and more intense click. Make sure to check them out for all of your switch needs, and make sure you use promo code TOPCLACK. That's 2 words, TOPCLACK. Promo code for 5% off your total order, which is cool because they already have pretty darn reasonable prices to begin with.
Yes.
So thanks again to Novelkeys and Z Frontier and Input Club, who are also one of our sponsors. They are the brains and the brawn, mostly, behind things like the White Fox and the Infinity line of keyboards. There's a 60%. There's the Ergo Docks. They got the Kira coming up. Lots of cool things. They just launched their Kono.store, which is also conveniently enough where you can find Top Clack shirts.
Top Clack shirts.
So yes, major shout outs to all of our business partners and all the people that help us make Top Clack a better place for not only us but you guys as well. Bam! Make sure you're using that Top Clack promo code on Novelkeys. Seriously, guys. Some people are like, oh yeah, I ordered. They messaged me. They're like, oh, I ordered from Novelkeys earlier, and I'm like, oh cool. Did you use the promo code? They're like, what promo code?
Promo code, guys. Top Clack.
So don't forget that promo code, guys.
5% off. It's something, and it's good. It's good for us. Good for them. Good for everyone.
Not G10 says I forgot to use the code. Never forget to use the code.
Yes, yes. So now we will transition to our Q&A segment, and as we wait for questions to roll into either Brian and I about keyboards, key switches, caps, or really anything, I have something I want to share.
We still have one more.
We do. We have a news topic. We have a news topic. I'm sorry.
Not news topic. We have one more giveaway that we can probably.
Oh yeah, right.
That right now.
That's true.
So our brand new sponsor Z Frontier has also been kind enough to provide us with a key set to give away.
Yes.
So if you were watching earlier in the show, you probably watched us talk about Maxkeys SA Night King, one of the sets that is up for group buy right now, currently at Z Frontier. Cool looking set. We definitely liked it. The novelties are really cool. Nice ice kind of frigid like theme. I dig that. We are going to be doing a giveaway for that. And the way you can win that giveaway is by joining our Discord. It will be given away there because we're all about doing things differently and new and having some variety in the whole Top Clack space. So if you're already in our Discord, then you're already entered to win. And if you're not in our Discord, make sure you enter that so you will be entered to win. And it will be done by RNG very soon. We don't have a deadline yet. Could be a few days, could be 2 days, could be a week. But if you're in the Discord, you'll know. I will post it in the announcement channel. So make sure you go there.
Yes.
And then you can have the chance to win the Maxkeys SA Night King set, which is awesome. It is one thing to note. It is during group buy right now. It's not set to ship until January. So, but you will win a spot to get that set.
Yes.
For free.
Yes.
So that's still very much a
giveaway. Discord, join, would recommend. 10 out of 10. Especially if you like food, poker, video games.
Our Discord is a really cool
stuff.
place.
Basically, it's just like Top Clack plus the things Brian and I like. That's really all it is. It's pretty fun. So while we wait for our Q&A questions to eventually roll in as we transition, I do have something I want to share though. I got a new key set today. It's a cool key set. Do you know what? Oh. Is
it GMK?
It is GMK.
It's GMK.
It's GMK Iris. This was sent to me by our partners at Z Frontier. Really, really nice of them. They always ship DHL really quick. It was originally a group buy run for their Chinese market, but you can check it out on their English Z Frontier site if Brian can pull that up real quick. They have 30 units for international sale. They used to have 20, but now it is 30. It is quite quite the bright set. It actually looks much better in person. Actually, something really interesting about this set, it has GMK row 0 keys. What do I mean by that? Here's a normal GMK. Here's a normal GMK escape, okay? Escape, GMK carbon, row 1. Simple, okay? Here is the escape for Iris. Bam. Look at that. Look at that,
that
right
is
there.
Massive.
Look at that. That is a much higher row. If you're wondering, you guys saw my board. I'm using a 60%, so that super high key wouldn't work. But I have the nice little cool, I'm guessing, fleur-de-lis chilling there. But yeah, it is a really tall boy, tall can style GMK. These really high row, I guess row 0, because row 5 is like the last row, which they do have row 5 on this set as well. This row 0, it's for the escape, all the function keys, print screen, scroll lock, and pause. So if you have like, you know, a TKL, it's gonna look really interesting with, you know, that row 0 all the way on top, and then on the bottom, that row 5, so to get really high, and then it curves down to the nice GMK low profile style, and then it has that upward for your fingers to go back onto the row 5 for your thumbs and modifier keys at the bottom.
I'd love to see that row 0 plus row 5 on a TKL.
Do you want me to put it on?
I would love for you to do that later.
I'll do that while we do our Q&A.
While we do our Q&A, awesome. All right, guys, so you got questions. We have some semblance of answers, probably, whether they're right or wrong. So make sure you guys are getting on that, and then we will be ending shortly after that. Yeah, I was actually I hadn't really looked much at the Z Frontier website until very recently, but they actually have a lot of cherry profile sets going on, which I think is really cool. Like not only GMK but also JTK and there's one other one, right?
No, I have to do it on my Real Force. That's the only one I have that has TKL and Winkeyless actually. It won't look the greatest on the Real Force. I don't have the black. I think this set kind of looks better with a dark case.
I agree. Totally agree.
But I will give people what they want.
Yep. And if you are into GMK Iris, it is a pretty neat looking set. It is still available on Z Frontier right now. They have it in stock. It's not a group buy. It's in stock.
In stock, shipping DHL pretty quick.
Yeah, you got that like from China in like 2 days or whatever. It's pretty good.
Day and a half, yeah.
Day and a half, yeah. Not too shabby. So Huey's going to focus on that. Hopefully we can get some questions in here.
I think I've seen some. If you want to start going through those.
Saint Toby says, wait, where do I ask questions? You ask questions here, right in the Twitch chat, just like you just did.
That was a great first question.
Miyago says, thoughts on the rogue upstart maker known as GAF? That's a question we've been getting a lot. I actually just recently looked into GAF, so now I'm caught up. GAF is fantastic. You should definitely support GAF. He is the is it actually in the open? I know who it is, but I don't know if it's supposed to be in the open. Like it's probably fine, but I'm still not going to say it just in case it's still kind of part of the game. But yes, GAF is great. Support GAF. We love GAF. And those sculpts are pretty good. I actually really do like the Grimace. The artwork is very, very well detailed. Not G10 says, who is actually wearing pants? I will not stand up and show you, if that answers your question.
I will also not stand up and show you.
So there you go. Could be both of us, could be neither of us. Deadline asks, why am I so tired? It's because you stayed up way too late rewatching all of the VODs of Top Clack, because you are so dedicated, and that's very, very impressive.
Thank you so much for that.
I'm assuming that's what he did. That's probably what he did, right? No Chance RPG says, I went to lube some Zelios last weekend. How does How does the lube not cause contact issues in the switch? I don't. Well, because the parts you lube are typically just the plastic on plastic. I mean, you can lube the leaf. I usually lube the leaf, honestly, which is kind of where it makes contact. But I don't use a very thick coat, and maybe that's why it doesn't interrupt when the two metal leaves come together and cause the current that actually actuates the switch. I don't know. I'm not an expert, but I don't use enough lube there, I guess. Or I don't use too much, I guess is the better way to say it. Avid User 2 says, they ran JTK white on black for $59 USD earlier. Also buy two for $99. Insane price. Z Frontier did? That's crazy, dude. That's two JTK white on black sets for $100. That's
pretty good.
Serious. That's some serious value.
You could actually profit that in the West.
That's crazy. Texas Breakfast asks, so how was LASIK process? Were you nervous?
No. The process of the whole process or just the surgery? I mean, I'll just go. I guess I can go through all of it quickly.
Give us the overview. Yeah.
So you go in for free consultation. They give you a vision test. They look at your eyes and they're like, yes, you might be a good candidate for LASIK, or you're not if your eyes are too irregularly shaped, because they actually have to either cut your eye open or laser your eye open. And if your eye is the wrong kind of shape, that's very difficult and makes the surgery risky, and which they'll recommend don't do it. If you wear contacts, you have to stop wearing contacts for like 5 weeks before you can get LASIK, by the way. Because contact, if you don't know, reshapes your eyeball while it's in your eyeball, and they want your eyeball to be the most natural shape, basically. So you do that. They give you a vision test. They dilate your eyes, which is really annoying, because that day I was like, oh, the sun's too bright. After everything's set up, though, you see the doctor, and he's like, cool, you're going to get LASIK, pay me money. I'm like, I paid him money. Set up the appointment. All it is, basically, when you get LASIK, like, you're not, like, sedated or anything. Like, they give me one Valium, which is cool, I guess.
In before Huey's a drug addict.
But, yeah, you're awake the whole time, and they just use this really fancy contraption to, like, weld your eye open and, like, hydrate it at the same time. And, like, you just see this green light flash in your eye, and then suddenly you're blind for like 30 seconds, and all you see is like these four red lights in the corners of your vision and a green light in the middle, and they're like, no matter what, just focus on that green light. I'm like, the guy can't see, so yes.
That sounds scary.
So you do that for 30 seconds, then they switch to your next eye, and that's it. That's LASIK. And then after that, you wear this for like a day, and you wear these protective things for like whenever you sleep for a week, and I take like a shit ton of eye drops for like a month, because little do I know, when you're not wearing glasses, there's apparently a ton of air always hitting my face and my eyes. I guess that's what normal people go through. Yeah, that's it.
How long did the entire process take? Like from when you walked into the office to when you walked out?
A week. Tomorrow I technically have my last follow-up appointment. So 2 weeks coming up.
I meant like just the physical LASIK process.
Oh, an hour?
An hour? Okay, so it's pretty quick.
Yeah, very quick.
Okay. All right. Invisibility says lube isn't conductive. That's not terribly surprising. There you go. That's a little follow-up from our previous question. Dixie Mech says, where can I get some lube for my vintage blacks and Alps? Depends on what kind of lube you're looking for.
Yeah.
Vintage blacks, obviously there's lots of lubes you can use for that. You could head to, God, there's tons of vendors. techkeys.us, zealpc.net, mechkey.com. They all should have little Krytox blends. You can get like thick or thin. Krellbit also has he's supposedly getting in some new what he calls Krytox Type 0, kind of a custom lube by him, which is also pretty cool, but I don't think that's available yet. So you can wait for that. Alps are kind of a controversial thing for lube. Some people like dry lube. Some people like wet lube. More people will probably tell you dry lube is the way to go. I've tried it. It didn't really work that well for me. I've tried wet lube, and it worked better. But you know, that's just you experimenting, man. Don't let people tell you what's right and wrong. All right, that is such an aggressive sculpt with the row 5 and row 0.
To be fair though, with like the row 0, I mean, you're always gonna take your hands off your typing row, right? Yeah. For me,
but it looks more aggressive.
Yeah, has that.
It's more sculpted, which is interesting for GMK.
I personally actually like row 5 based on how I use like the edges of my hand / fingers to push them.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm not gonna put the whole board because you guys can see it well enough. Just that side profile.
Deadline asks, just another keymaker burb adoption? I don't know actually what you're referring to. Is that an upcoming raffle? I know he did the adoption thing with the spooter, which I thought was really cool. That was one of the greatest things I've seen in Artisans so far. Not even just the sculpt, because the sculpt is really good, but I like the idea of having to like fill out adoption paperwork.
Yes.
For your artisan. That was so cute. I love that. I'm glad he's doing that for the bird too, if he is. Fantastic stuff. Really cool concept. When can the common man get type 0? I don't know, man. I really don't know. If Krellbit's still in chat, hopefully he can answer that. But yeah, if when he does get it in stock, it should be at switchmod.net. Kubachek asks, why are giveaways always rigged? It's Top Clack, man. We rig everything.
Dude.
Avid User 2 asks, so round 4 GB key set right now, which one are you guys joining? RA, Eclipse, 9009, or Necro? What is RA?
Royal Alpha, the one with Donut.
Oh, okay. I am joining none of those because I can't afford to. If I were to join one, I would join Necro over all the other ones because I already have 9009, and I don't care enough about the other two.
9, I'd probably do 9009. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, Saint Toby comes up with a pretty lengthy question. Currently planning my first keyboard. Decided to go with red switches. Was going to buy Cherry MX, but saw a comment on Reddit saying they are not the best and there are better choices that are similar. Which linear switches are recommended for a gaming keyboard? First thing I'm going to say is that gaming switches are switches, man. It doesn't matter if you're going to be typing or gaming. You know, you should use what you like, not what other people call, you know, a gaming switch or for a gaming keyboard. Lots of gamers like red switches because that's kind of how that's how they're marketed. Companies, you know, put red switches on their keyboard and they're like, here's a gaming keyboard. And so people with no experience or information, they go, oh, hey, it's a gaming keyboard. Reds are meant for gaming. Not that reds are bad for gaming, or that any switch is really bad for gaming. It's just what you prefer, and it's different. So with that in mind, definitely, if reds sound interesting to you and you want to use them, definitely go for it. Awesome. But if something else sounds better to you, then maybe try that as well. I would probably avoid Cherry MX reds. They're definitely not one of the better reds or linears in general on the market these days. You could go with Gateron reds. Those are much more popular. They're a lot smoother. They're quite a bit better. There's Kailh reds. If you head over to novelkeys.xyz and use promo code TOPCLACK, 2 words, you can get 5% off your total order. He has tons of switches. You can get all sorts of linears there, or tactiles, or clickies. He's got lots of new Kailh switches. You could try Kailh common reds. Those are pretty good. If you want something a bit heavier, you can do common blacks. There's also Kailh burgundies, which are very good. I'm going to be doing a board with those in the very near future. I like those a lot. There's Kailh box reds, which I also highly recommend. Those are great. If you want something heavier, there's box blacks. Just head over to Novelkeys.xyz. Tons and tons of options. If you want some more in-depth information, I'd be happy to go over some more questions and information on our Discord. If you want to head over there. Yeah, you can PM me anytime. I'd be happy to give you any kind of rundown you want and help you out with your purchases. Pooh Wei is great. Asks, I'm looking to try some Alps for a new build. Which are your favorite type of tactile Alps? For me, it's hands down the SKCM Brown because it's really similar to Topra in terms of force curve. I like that a lot. But really, all Alps tactiles are pretty good. There's Salmon, which are pretty good. There's Orange, which are pretty good. But the Browns and, you know, by design, the neon greens as well are very good. But they're also harder to find. It's easier to find the Orange and the Salmon. But you probably won't be unhappy with any of them, honestly. They're all pretty great. Mago Jesus asks, briefs or boxers? Briefs. Full boxer briefs for me.
Boxer briefs.
Yeah, I need that contrast that only boxer briefs can bring. Our Ninja 21 asks, in lubing HHKB, do you apply lube only to railings or do you also lube the slider? I only lube the railings.
Railings for me as well. And mine turn out wonderful. If you ever go to NorCal meetup, just try my Real Force.
Avid User 2 asks, question, I know you guys are all about 60%, but how do you like the TX 1800 and 1800 in general? The GB is soon shipping. I think the TX 1800 looks fantastic. Agreed. I love TX boards. Really, really good stuff. As far as the layout in general, it's I can't use it. Like, it's just too big for me. It's basically like full size, and I can't do that. But I mean, I'm not everyone else, so. DJ Cam 13 asks me, do you know of anywhere I can find 3U and 3.25U spacebars? I do not, man. That sounds rough. I don't ever use split spacebars or anything like that, so I never know. Hopefully someone else in chat can help you out, though.
Yeah.
LOL Shecky asks me, how did you end up liking the lubed silent black spacebar? Oh, okay. So, for people that might not be in the know, I recently put out a couple typing test videos on our official Top Clack YouTube channel, which we have a proper URL for, by the way. It's actually Top Clack now. So I had this is my X60. I don't have it in front of me. I'm not using that board right now. But it's my X60 with the lubed Holy Pandas, and I had a spacebar that was also a lubed Holy Panda, and the spacebar was really loud, and it wasn't because of yeah, it sounds like that. And it's not because of the stabilizers. It's not like stabilizer rattle. It's just that particular resonance right there on the case, like the design. There's a lot of noise there. So I wanted to make that a lot quieter. So what I did is I swapped out the lubed Holy Panda for a lubed 78 gram MX silent. It was like a silent red or whatever. And so I swapped that out. I lubed it. And I even added more lubes to the stabs. It's whisper quiet now. You can't even hear it, which is almost kind of weird. But it went well. Just give me 1 second here, guys, while I try to catch up with the chat. As we've gotten more and more viewership, it's harder and harder to weed through questions like this. Might have to think of a better solution.
I'll work on a question submittal thing.
No Chance RPG asks, dry lube like graphite? So I think you're following up on that Alps question. Hold on, let me see if I still have.
Yeah, there's graphite lubes though. No Chance. That usually people like to use.
Yeah, the one I have that I wasn't really a big fan of is I think it's by DuPont. I probably have it. Okay, I'm not gonna spend too much time looking for this, but it's just like it's like a liquid, but it goes on wet, and then it dries and becomes like a slick film. So hence dry lube. It didn't it worked for me, but not very well. It just made it very slightly smoother. One thing you gotta learn about Alps though is usually, especially if it's a board that's really old or has like tons of use, you want to clean your Alps first. Clean them first because they might actually be as smooth as you want them once they're clean. And if they're not, then you can consider lubing from there.
If you can, make friends with someone that owns an ultrasonic cleaner.
Yeah.
Or ask in the community. There's a lot of people in the community who are willing to clean your switches if you pay them a small fee as well.
Definitely. Or, you can go on Amazon, you can get an ultrasonic cleaner for like $30.
Yeah.
Might not be the greatest one ever, but I know people that use those like cheap $30 ones and they work totally fine. So, I mean, it's not like you're doing anything crazy with it. TechFresh asks, if you were on the 268AG, what color would you Cerakote your board? What is 268? Oh, wait, is that
Zondat's new one?
Zondat. That's the Zondat board. Yeah, it's like the X60, but it's a 65% instead.
How would I Cerakote it? White.
Yeah, probably white. Just because you don't see white boards very often.
It's so annoying when I ask places around if they could Cerakote any of my boards. They're like, we only do guns. We're American. We only do guns.
Avid User 2 asks, do you guys plan to get the Canoe keyboard? I wish.
Maybe.
Canoe looks really cool.
Maybe. I'd get a CA66 first.
No Chance RPG says, may I suggest doing 2017 Top Clack Awards? The end of the year is coming.
Actually, maybe. We might.
I like where this is going.
I was originally thinking of that for the Top Clack 2-year anniversary. But if we want to do like a best of for 2017, we'll probably throw something together. We'll see. We'll see. That's not a bad idea though. Thank you for the idea. Yeah,
that'll be something Huey and I have to put on the to-do list. We have a bunch of work we're going to be doing after the show today.
Including dinner.
Melodit asks, better question, Canoe or CA66?
CA66 for me, hands down.
That's tough for me. I like them both for different reasons.
Hands are down.
I'll be the yang to Huey's yin, and I'll say Canoe.
The Canoe is beautiful. I saw one in person when I was visiting the Bay Area 2 weeks ago, visiting Input Club. I also was visiting Nest headquarters, scoping out the venue, which was acquired by our wonderful friend Yuppie. He is a great user on Geekhack and Reddit. He was the one who got us the connection at Nest. He's basically our Nest connection. And we visited with him. He has a Canoe. And I saw it. And he has some...
And he took me out of the water in his canoe, and he showed me his canoe.
Man, I was so wooed by his canoe. It's like the quietest keyboard. Like, remember how quiet Zeal's board was at the Seattle meetup? Quieter. Quieter.
Yeah, he told me for some reason people want absolute silence.
He told me he actually messaged Zeal to learn Zeal's like exact lubing method.
Oh, it's really simple. You just over lube everything.
And he did that, but basically better. He also showed me like his giant artisan collection, which was beautiful. If you guys go to the NorCal meetup, say hi to Yuppie. He's a wonderful, wonderful guy. He's a wonderful guy, amazing guy.
Yeah. Donutcables sends me a link and says, "News technically, please." Let me open this. All right, so it's the Google form for his Royal Alpha PBT die sub interest check. Wait, is this not GMK anymore?
No.
Was this ever GMK?
I believe this is a separate one. No, he's saying he's wanting to do a interest check to see if people were also interested of him doing a die sub. He posted on Top Clock. On the Discord. I just forgot to add it to the news because he posted like either late last night or today while I was at work.
Oh, here we go. Okay, this is not interrupting the GMK GB and will be separate. There you go. All right. Kit contents will be as close as possible to what is shown below. MLQ would be 50 units with price drops at 100 and 200 units, respectively. Pricing looks to be around $75 before shipping. Not too bad. Production time looks to be about 4 weeks past the order submission date. That's also pretty quick. Possible extensions to that time depending on order quantity, of course. We'll have a physical sample before the GB period begins in order to confirm quality and colors. Cool. So yeah, that link is in there. Make sure you check that out and show your support if you're into that. Not a bad price. Dixie Mech says, "Am I the only one that pronounces it Gatoron or Gatoron? Sorry, Gatoron."
You know, let's clarify. Well, maybe we should actually clarify this with our partner who speaks Chinese and see what the Chinese say.
Yeah.
Right?
I used to say Gatoron, and now I say Gatoron, so I've gone through both.
We're gonna ask the CEO of Z Frontier himself. What do the Chinese say? It'd be hilarious if like Gatoron/Gatoron was only a name that they made for Western audiences. No, it's not true though. Yeah, no.
Avid User 2 has another question. Do you guys buy stuff on aftermarket, mainly GMK, but also keyboards? I've found it to be worth it to pay little extra for key sets since the wait is such a long time. I mean, I guess it depends on what you're talking about, because sometimes you can't buy something until... Oh, do you mean like waiting till a group buy is over and shipped and then buying a set?
Yeah, I've done that.
Is that what he's asking? I guess so.
Honeywell.
Like, yeah, it's just a matter of paying, a lower price up front or waiting a long time and paying a higher price. Either way, you're waiting.
Yep. There's always a wait. It's just
whether the money is up front or not.
Yeah.
I don't really care. I usually prefer to join group buys because I like saving money. But that's me.
I have a question for the chat, actually. What do you guys think about this new overlay? Special thanks to Outrage Pudding, wonderful community artist who's helped us with all of our other overlay and media. He also helped put this one together for when we don't have guests and we just do a two-man show. What do you guys think? I like it. It's pretty cool. Pretty different. We got the our main logo in the middle. We have a fancy GIF of our sponsors now instead of just like cramming 3 logos in that rectangle.
Yeah, I like that. St. Toby follows up his previous question by asking, I've seen some aluminum cases with sheet foam in them to lessen the noise. Are there other options? I mean, there are. Some people use shelf liner. I use Silverstone silencing foam, which is meant for computers, but it comes in sheets, you cut it. It's pretty simple.
So I have normal craft foam, and if I have like a 60%, I also have the special fancy resonance foam, which I already have the cutouts for.
Nice.
But yeah, I mean, as long as you use some kind of, dense-ish material that can absorb sound, it won't like super make anything more super quiet. Maybe except for Brian's purpose-built one, but it just kind of adds more of a lower thud/thock instead of the high-pitched sounds that you might hear otherwise.
Yeah, and there are tons of ways to silence a keyboard in general. Honestly, like lube. Like lubing switches makes them quieter, lubing stabilizers makes them quieter, putting foam, gives it a deeper, more muted bottom out sound. You can use O-rings, you can use the trampoline mod. There's all sorts of things you can do to make keyboards quieter.
Which we'll probably have content on that soon, actually. That's on the to-do list.
It is on the to-do list. Texas Breakfast says, want to buy Halo switches. Sorry.
Just tough luck.
Good luck.
Yeah, good luck,
bud. Finally catching up a little bit here. Sorry guys, I know just sitting here doing nothing is kind of silly, but I have a lot of stuff to read through with the chat lately. Okay. All right. Melodit asks, any weird materials you'd be interested in seeing a keyboard made out of? Copper, ebonite? Interesting.
Tungsten.
Tungsten is probably a favorite of the community. I think that's what most people would answer. I'd also like to see titanium.
Yeah. Titanium.
Copper could also be cool. I don't know. I don't honestly care too much, but I'd still like to see like pretty much anything. Can you achieve the thock sound on cherry boards?
Depends which switches you have and depends which board you have.
Depends on everything involving your keyboard.
Yeah.
Baby Feet says, I don't believe in quiet keyboards. Neither do I. Sound is part of the experience.
Yeah.
think people overreact to sound. Yeah, so do I. What boards are you planning on putting the thick clicks in? I don't recognize the term thick click anymore.
They're box navies.
Kailh box navies.
Kailh box navies. We've been. Yeah.
I will be re-switching probably my Clipe because that's what I have box pale blues in right now, and it would be kind of counterproductive for me to have two different boards with somewhat similar switches. I like variety, so I'll probably desolder that and replace that with the box navies, probably on stream eventually.
Mine will probably go in my Fiel I have here. I currently have my Jelly POM set and a Cyan GMK spacebar because the POM spacebar is horrible for the Jelly set.
Ashton Fire says, "Are you guys excited about the E6 V2? I bought someone's spot the other day and can't wait." Yeah, man. I'm very stoked for that.
I'm excited as I can be without overbuilding hype because I'm probably going to wait.
Yeah. I mean, it's probably still going to take several months. And that's fine. That's to be expected. Yeah. Like, now is kind of the point where I just, like, don't really care. It's kind of in limbo. There's nothing I can do about it. So as long as there's no, like, bad news and stuff, like, I don't really care. Mike calls them thick clicks. Nope. He did call them thick clicks. He does not call them thick clicks anymore.
They are box Navy switches, and Top Clack officially supports the name box Navy switches.
Yes. Exactly. All right. Funty Mellel. I feel like I'm saying that wrong. But whatever. Favorite box switch? That's tough, man. Like, they're all pretty good.
They're pretty good.
I'm really looking forward to these box navies though.
Yeah, for clickies, it'll probably be these box navies. For linears, I do have the box blacks on my M65, which I really like, which I will have a review, sometime in Huey time future. If you guys don't know, Huey time is similar to but better than Valve time.
Yeah, I think all the box linears are great. I think all the box clickies are great. I think the box tactiles are very good, but not quite as great as the other ones. I don't personally care for that style of tactility very much, but they're still a very smooth and stable switch, so gotta respect that. Ultra asks, next week's guest? No idea. Actually, if you guys ever have guest ideas, let us know.
On our Discord, which you guys should join.
Yeah. Zach Adams says, announcement, DC meetup info and sign up here with a little Google Forms link. So there you go. If you're in the DC area, you want to check that out, make sure you do. December 2nd, by the looks of it. Very cool.
Which is a great place to stop by after the November California meetup, which you'll see Brian and I. But yeah, a lot of East Coasters. You guys have been having more and more meetups. New York had one a few months ago. There have been some across the coast of the East. So great for over yonder on the other side of the good old US&A.
Yep. Texas Breakfast says Originative has GMK Keyboarding Co up for pre-order. Interesting.
Finally. I mean, they had it for pre-order and they took it down because it's like, hey, a year later, we finally got samples that we like, or that Switch Nolly likes.
Yeah, Switch Nolly was actually like one of our first guests like over a year ago, and that's when like that set was like launching.
That's like
that was like the plan.
Like
that's what we talked about.
Man, our stream overlay wasn't like even like 100th of how good it looks now.
We didn't even have a stream overlay. We were still just using bare Skype.
Yeah.
I think that was very early. Very early. That was like our 3rd episode or something.
Before we got real.
Yeah, before things got real. Well, looks like we caught up on questions, so we're already well over the 2-hour mark, which, man, we never really planned to. We're always like
2 hours,
hour and a half,
2 hours,
hour and a half. We could do everything in an hour. We don't even have a guest. How could it go past an hour and a half? Well, somehow it does.
Because we have some amazing, dedicated fans who enjoy what we do, and we enjoy what we do. That's why. But yes, we do need to work on that.
Yeah. So a couple closing thoughts before we take off here. Once again, I'm going to post the Discord link there. Make sure you join our Discord because A, you want to talk to us because we're cool, and B, because it'll be your entry to win the Maxkeys SA Night King set by Z Frontier. All you gotta do is join the Discord. You'll be entered to win. It'll be most likely RNG from there. So there is that. Once again, thank you to all of our fantastic sponsors: Input Club, Novelkeys, and Z Frontier, our newest addition. All great entities doing good things and helping us out a lot. And t-shirts, if you haven't noticed yet, and you probably should, I am wearing a Top Clack shirt, so they are real. This is the actual color, not the white that you see in the Kono.store picture. This is more of a heather gray, but the colors came out awesome. The blue, the gold looks awesome. The gray. So you can check that out at all these spam links that Huey is just absolutely torturing Twitch chat with.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Check out all that stuff because supporting us helps a lot. Subscribe to our new YouTube channel. Now that we have a proper URL there, it's just youtube.com/c/topclack. Huey, you sounded like you were about to say something.
I don't know. I was going to say something. Yeah, just check out our new stuff. We have some interesting new things in the works, and definitely thank you to everyone who supports us. Not only our sponsors, but so many of our fans. We have a really high amount of subscriber to like normal viewer ratio on Twitch.
Really high.
And it's amazing. Thank you guys so much for those of you who have Twitch Prime via Amazon Prime and have decided to subscribe to us with that, or those of you who've decided to subscribe to us normally through Twitch Prime. That means a lot to us, and like I said, that helped Brian and I with our new setups. We're also working on getting some new projects to build for the community, things to give away. It also helps pay for shipping, website, and everything. So Top Clack moving forward wouldn't be possible at all without you, our fans. You, our viewers, our homies.
I'm terrible at doing like hearts.
Brian, just do the reverse heart. It's easier.
Oh, I see. Okay, kind of. My hands just don't do it. I'm bad at it. Anyways, yes. Thank you all. Make sure you join our Discord. Join our Discord. We'll
have our giveaway for the SA Night King sets coming in January.
Yep, you'll have more info about that giveaway very soon if you join our Discord and check out our announcements channel. I will be working on that later. All right. Also, if you join our Discord, Top Clack has a poker room now. We have a private poker room that you can hang out with us and play some poker. Is that all we're allowed
to say about it on Twitch? I think so. Because of certain things. But yeah, if you're into poker, just check out our Discord.
Yeah, if you're into poker, check out our Discord. We talk about poker and stuff.
I'm gonna roll our new intro again because
we need an outro, Huey. We need an actual outro. Our intro's fantastic.
I could just reverse it again.
No, we're better than that now, probably, hopefully.
Brian, our intro is a video that I made and reversed. I haven't moved beyond that.
It's terrible. It's terrible.
I'm playing right now. Oh, what an intro. Oops, wrong thing. What an intro.
I love our new intro, truly. But I think we should still have an outro.
Yeah, I'll work on it.
No Chance RPG actually asks, why is the Discord link not below the stream? That's a very good question.
Because I haven't got to it yet. I'm sorry,
That's
guys.
A very good question.
I'll let you down.
Yeah. However, our website link is below the stream, and you can find our Discord link in there, if I'm not mistaken.
On the contact page.
On the contact us page, yeah.
I first have a Discord button on the side, and just click it and Discord instead of that.
Yep. So if you go to our website and you go to the contact us section, our Discord official channel is in there. So it's kind of below the stream, just not 100% directly. Sorry about that. We'll fix that though.
Thank you everyone so much for watching. We'll see you all next week at 6 p.m. Pacific. As always keep track of in case Brian and I do some keyboard chores or build streams, as we will randomly do this. Actually, I will be doing a keyboard chores for sure this weekend. Don't know when yet, but it will happen for sure. So I know a lot of you have been asking me, hey, when are you going to do another keyboard chores? Because you guys like hanging out or learning random things. We're going to have another one sometime this weekend. Don't know when, but it will happen. So thank you to our sponsors. Thank you to everyone else. We will see you all next time.